Hey everybody, my name is Jack. This is the first chess video that I'm making. I am a beginner chess player. I just started playing about a month ago, but I've really gotten into following online players like Jerry from the Chess Network. Definitely recommend watching his videos. They're very insightful and informative. And Kevin from the chess website, I learned a lot from his videos too. So just a little shout out to both of them. Like I said, I'm a beginner, and I thought it would be interesting for people to be able to watch, one of a more beginner type game. You can see by my rating, which is only 940, and my opponent's, which is 1040, much lower than Jerry and all those other masters who put up their videos. I thought it'd be interesting for people to see what's running through a beginner's head. This may help other beginners, and might also help people who want to teach chess figure out what's going on in a beginner's mind at different stages during the game. So if you have suggestions for what I could have done on a particular move or what you would have done, maybe something better than what I did, then please let me know, because I could learn from that also. Alright, getting started. I'm playing the black pieces here, and my opponent decides to play his pawn forward, forward from his kingside knight, and basically the one defense that I always play is a Sicilian. It's like the one that I learn, the one that I know, so I know it's normally used against king pawn to e4, but I just play it all the time, so that's what I played. My opponent fianchettos, pretty sure that's what this is called. His bishop, and I follow up with my queen pawn forward, trying to control the center. My opponent tries to combat that by moving his queen pawn forward, and I just decide to sort of fortify center and connect my two pawns there. My opponent then stops that pawn advance by moving his bishop pawn forward. I see an opportunity here for a nice little pawn chain. All four of my pawns basically dominating that white diagonal, so I think that could be good, and I also open up the way for my dark squared bishop to get moving. My opponent is clearly controlling all of the dark squares with his pawns. So what I've learned from the Chess Network's videos is that if I can take his light squared bishop away here, maybe trade it off for something, that could be good. So I'm thinking about that at this point. Then I decide to move my knight forward, or maybe get it up protected by that pawn in the center some point later in the game, which I do. He decides to come out and put me in check with his queen, and I decide to block it with my bishop, so that he's forced to move his queen. And so basically what this starts off is a little sequence where he's just running his queen all around the board. He ends up taking a couple of my pawns, but I end up destroying him in material and ultimately being able to get a nice checkmate on him. But so he has to retreat his queen for now, and I decide this is a good point to move my knight forward. It's already protected by that pawn, and so I kind of sacrifice the rest of my development for now, which, maybe I should have continued. I'd like those tips from you guys, but I decided to move my knight up and be aggressive and attack. So he takes my knight, I take his bishop, and here he is moving his queen all around again, kind of sacrificing development in order to take my pawns with his queen. Again, I force him to move his queen again. I don't know how many times. He's moved his queen many times in the past few moves, and so he's kind of sacrificing the rest of his development, as I said before. And right there I actually got a nice little pin on his queen. He had to move his queen or else I'd take it with my bishop. And once he moves his queen, I can take his rook. So that was a nice little move. He responds by checking me again with his queen, still not developing his other pieces, and I just retreat my bishop, forcing him to move his queen again. This time he takes my unprotected pawn, so he does take that, but right now I am up a lot of material. I have his rook, and things are looking good. Here I just wanted to, my bishop's protected by my queen, I wanted to just make way for kingside castling, and just get my bishop activated. So I did that. He again moves his pawn onto a dark square. And I decide to attack his queen again. It's protected by my bishop, so just thought I'd force him to move his queen one more time while advancing my pawns. There's my kingside castle. He moves his knight out, putting pressure on my pawn, and I just protect that pawn by moving my rook pawn forward. He starts a little pawn advance here, and I continue, hoping to maybe open up that file a little bit for my rook next to my king to swing over there. And now he attacks my bishop.